evening. I call this regular meeting to order at 6:32 p.m. Welcome to the Community Services Commission. First order of business, can we have the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Commissioner Shea, can you lead us, please?
Please stand and put your right hand over your heart. 1, 2, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Adrian, please call roll.
Commissioner Cabot,
Present.
Commissioner Cordero,
Present.
Commissioner Sanchez, Vice Chair Shea,
Present.
Chair Huerta.
Present. Okay, first item is the approval of agenda order. Are there any objections to the agenda order? Hearing none, the agenda is approved. Okay, we will now have a few announcements by Recreation Supervisor Christina Alatorre.
Tonight's meeting is live streamed on cable channel 3 and our online platforms. Please email all public comments to the Community Services Department at cscommission@sgch.org no later than the time the item is considered by the commission tonight. Comments will be read for up to 3 minutes each. Comments received after the end of the public comment section will be forwarded to the commission after the meeting. If you wish to be added to the distribution list to receive commission agendas, please email your request to cscommission@sgch.org.
Thank you. We'll move to public comment. This is the time set aside for members of the public to address the Community Services Commission on items of interest that are not on the agenda, but are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Commission. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the Community Services Commission cannot answer any questions or take any action until such time as the matter may appear as an item on a future agenda. Adrian, do we have any public comments for tonight's meeting?
We do not.
Thank you. We'll move on to action items. Approval of minutes. The minutes are a record of the official actions taken at the Community Services Commission. Adrian and Christina, do we have any public comments on the action item? Okay. Okay, the time for public comment on this item is now closed. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of Community Services Commission regular meeting of Monday, February 6, 2023?
Also move. I second that.
Thank you. Adrian?
Commissioner Cabot,
Yay. Yes.
Commissioner Cordero,
Yes.
Vice Chair Shea,
Yes.
Chair Huerta.
Yes.
Motion passed by a vote of 4 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 1 absent.
Thank you. Item number 4, discussion items. Introduction of Mei-Ling Su. Staff will introduce Mei-Ling Su, I hope I said that correctly. Administrative Assistant 2.
Good evening, Chair Huerta and members of the Community Services Commission. I'm very pleased to introduce the newest member of our Community Services team, Administrative Assistant Mei-Ling Sui. Mei-Ling came from Cambodia to the U.S. about 4 years ago to pursue her master's degree in education. During her time in Cambodia, she was teaching English as a second language. While she was working toward her degree in the U.S., she began doing administrative work for a nonprofit. Most recently, Mei-Ling worked for Chinatown Service Center. This experience encouraged her to grow in the administrative field, and she is excited to utilize her skills to help the community of San Gabriel. In her spare time, Mei-Ling enjoys hiking on local trails, exploring different places and restaurants, and going to see live shows and concerts. She also enjoys filming and making videos of different experiences she encounters to share with her family, and friends. Mei Ling is a devoted team member, and we couldn't be happier to have her on full-time with us. As an administrative assistant, Mei Ling will be accepting passport applications, registering participants, and will be taking on the role of admin for the Community Services Commission here in the near future. Mei Ling is fluent in Khmer and proficient in Mandarin and Thai, which will be a huge asset to the Community Services Department. Please join me in welcoming Mei Ling.
Hi everyone. I'm just so excited to be here today. I'm really grateful also for the opportunity to be working for the community, and I'm really just looking forward to getting more involved in serving the community. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. Does any commission member have any factual questions for staff to clarify? Okay. Christina, do we have any public comment on the action item? No? Okay. The time for public comment on this item is now closed. Just want to say welcome. We look forward to working with you, and very exciting. Okay, moving on to discussion of 2023 annual work plan. Staff will present the approved 2023 annual work plan. Christina, please.
Good evening, Commission. So attached in your packet is the 2023 annual work plan for the Commission. Nothing on that has changed since last month. We approved this in the month of December to be working on and moving forward towards. The one item that was added for your information was the actual event calendar for 2023. That way the Commission would have a good idea of the types of events we're offering and when we're offering those events. And that would be, the idea is that would be helpful to guide you in your work plan and towards everything you're trying to achieve, just to have these dates kind of marked in your calendar. So other than that, that's all I have for the Commission.
Any commission member have any questions about the work plan? Do we have any public comments on the action item? None? The time for public comment on this item is now closed. I'd like to move on to discussion. And I will begin. I had the opportunity to meet with Christina and with Matthew and ask them to take a look at the event calendar. I know that one of the items that I took from, or actually one of the items that I thought was important for our work plan was the idea of pop-up events, informational pop-up events, and maybe hosting an information booth at all the community services sponsored events in the city. So I've asked them to put this calendar together so that we can commit to being at the booth at every event for a couple of reasons. If we are to really commit to what we offer as far as community services, we should be readily available for all city, all residents, all people who are interested in receiving any kind of services that we offer. So was the purpose of asking for the calendar. I personally am committed to being at the information booth. I also feel like it is an opportunity for us to engage the community. Oftentimes I'm wondering how we better serve residents, and there's no better way to know that than to asking them directly. I remember that at some point we did do a survey, and I think it was last year that we looked at the results of the survey, but I wonder if there is something that we can do, a survey that we could conduct verbally, maybe as we're in the information booth and if people stop by and ask, we could always ask, and it could be, I don't know, very limited number of questions, and we can get that direct feedback. I don't know what it would look like. I would look to staff to help put that together. But I would also like to ask our commissioners to commit to attending these events as well with me. As many as you can. I know our lives are very busy, but I think if we're really going to improve what we do here, then we have to listen real hard. So that was part of the work plan, and I want to say it was number 1. Yeah. Number 1, develop and implement pop-up events or host an information booth at events. This says publicizing all transportation services. I think initially that was what my intention was, but I think that we need to broaden it. I think everyone else can share their ideas about that. I would ask the other commissioners to share their ideas about what could go into being there on those days, besides the staff being there. I think it's also an opportunity for us to invite partners that we may have made connections with. I think I was also the commissioner to contribute to number 2A, which was to continue to support health services by partnering with health service providers. I think that we can, if we invite partners to come and sit in our booth at events that are not just specifically for health service days or those events that are really strictly focused on whatever services, whether they be health service, mental health, transportation, but really bring as many organizations to this booth as possible, year-round. I think that way you can better capture what the needs are. And I know we have a senior day as well, and there are services that are offered to seniors, but if we have the information out there continually, well then I think it builds a certain amount of connection with the city residents, and hopefully they'll share what it is that they feel their needs are. I think that is it for what I'm able to contribute at this time. I'll let my fellow commissioners speak.
I'll make a comment on this. I like your ideas so far. I think they're really important. And I especially like the idea of partnering with, for example, Harold Christian Center and USC. So often, and we do have a large amount of people in our community that are lower income, and they need to be aware of places like Harold Christian that can help them with their medical and dental needs. I didn't know about them for a long, long time until they really stepped up and were the first people to offer vaccines for everybody. So we need to, I think one thing we need to do is provide the information from these organizations, maybe invite them at different times to come and speak. And I think sometimes they're at our organizational things. So I think that would be a good thing. We might also include in that to let people know where the food banks are, because those are still a necessary component, unfortunately. And most people do know where they are, but it doesn't hurt to reiterate that. So good job.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, I completely agree with you. We should be engaging more with the community and take an informal type of poll with them. Find out what they know about the city and what they need to know more about San Gabriel so they can get more assistance. And also have some sort of a guide for questions that I'm sure they'll be asking about other departments. We won't know very much about that, but we can direct them to the appropriate department that they're asking information about. But I would love to volunteer with you.
Ray, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely am I go to all the events all the time, so definitely I can volunteer my time at our booth for sure. And I always try to talk to the volunteers or staff members at community service booth and try to see what they're offering, how they're selling our department. So definitely it would be nice to be part of it and selling our department. And then I also want to say I really appreciate this event calendar here. It's really nice. And then give us a general idea of what's going to happen, and so we can put some thoughts into it. And if we have any questions, we can ask the department. One thing that Chair Horta mentioned about the survey we checked last year, November or December. I remember that staff was going to reorganize a little bit and then came back with some kind of a more cleaned version of the survey. I remember, and then
I believe that was the HERE Commission survey, correct?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so you, for next meeting, if I can clarify, what you're looking for is a condensed version of the survey results from the HERE Commission, and that was a lengthy survey, if I recall correctly.
Right, because I think last time Matthew was saying that she was going to go back and then clean it up, so give us a more simple and more organized results from those, because it has a couple pages and it's all like everywhere of their answers.
Okay, definitely, yeah, that's something that we can provide to you for the next Community Services Commission meeting. Along with that is we are going to keep the work plan on the agenda moving forward. Because it's going to be kept on the agenda moving forward, if there's anything additional that needs to be provided, for example, you're asking for the survey, we can definitely provide that for you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all for me.
On the survey, can staff, next time we meet, come back with, I don't want people to be put off by a long survey. So, and I know it will be important with Commissioner Shea there to be able to communicate with our community that speaks Chinese. I couldn't help them. But, I can help with Spanish speaking. So I think that if you provide a survey and we work together with Commissioner Shea to really refine it and make it as general as possible so that people can easily answer, what do you know about community services? What would you like to see? Really basic information. I know myself, I would like to reach out to seniors, and maybe you can give us some kind of general guidance as to what we can ask. But I'm looking forward to getting that kind of information because it is geared specifically to community services, and I'm sure there's great information inside the HERE report. But I think the HERE Commission is focused on items that are more generalized.
Yes.
And ours would be specific to community services.
Right.
Yeah, but I think together we could come up with a pretty good survey to ask and come back and digest and then refocus and move forward.
Yeah, that's something we can definitely do. We can use the HERE Commission survey as a template, however, make it more simplified, have shorter, remove some of the questions, and then we'll bring that to the commission to review and revise, and that's something we can work on moving forward. Just to give you all an idea, that survey was a digital survey. So another thing we can do in addition to that is we can keep it simple and also provide hard copy paper surveys. So when you're at the counter, or not at the counter, at the booth, you'd be able to have those easily accessible with your conversations with the community.
That would be great.
Can I make a comment? I like the idea of both Commissioner Shea and Chairman Huerta that we need a simplified one. I mean, very simple. Like, do you know what the community services is? A lot of people do not. You still have to say, well, it used to be Parks and Rec. Oh, okay. And so we need to explain to them what we do. I know they go to all of our activities. You know, they go to the family night movies, they come to all the events, but they don't know it's because of the community services. And I think, so, you know, just keep it real simple, like you ladies suggested. Do you know what community services does? Do you know who puts on all these activities? Things like that. We don't want to overwhelm them, and we just want to educate them about what we do. And that's such a good idea. I like that. Thank you very much for that.
Okay. Would any other of my fellow commissioners like to talk about their parts in the work plan or any kind of progress?
I can briefly. I am working on number 3 and number 4, and I'm losing my voice, which will delight everybody. The Moon Festival was a suggestion, and I did talk earlier in the, even before the holidays, I spoke with Mayor Ding, and he's very involved in the Moon Festival in Temple City, and I believe in Arcadia, and he would like to see us have one. I just talked to him briefly, and I said, we need your help, because we don't know, and Commissioner Shea would be a good help with this. She was going to help with that as well. We really don't know what we would need to do for the Moon Festival. And I told him, I said, it can't be a huge thing. We have so many things going on our calendar as it is, but there's no reason we can't recognize this as an important celebration. He had told me at one time, and I think he'll follow through, that he has someone that I think helps with the organization at Temple City and or Arcadia Moon Festival. And she would come in and talk to us and tell us some things we might want to consider that would be important for a Moon Festival. Commissioner Shea, did you have any comments about a Moon Festival at all? We haven't really talked, but she was going to work with it and will.
No comments.
Okay.
No.
And then for number 4, working with Kathy here on parks and open spaces, our primary consideration, as we've talked about before, is improvement of the pool and the surrounding area of it. And that's a huge project. I did a week ago at a Kiwanis meeting or open house, I was able to talk briefly with Councilman Wu and Mayor Ding, and I've talked to them before. They know that we really want to work on this project, and it's an important one for the city. So we're going to try and meet, maybe for just coffee or lunch, and talk about how we can proceed to get financing for this. We do have a few ideas. We just need to find ways to move forward and follow through with them. We talked to Matthew before Christmas, wasn't it? Yeah, on how we could maybe begin with this. Our first suggestion is that we talk to the offices of county and state and also some cities around and asked if they would be willing to give us some discretionary funding for this. So they are also suggesting, which I think would be wonderful, that depending on the city budget, they would like to see us get a lobbyist for this. Now, I think that's kind of a big ask, but it would be one way to pursue it. If not, one thing we are going to do is invite all these politicians, it will probably be their assistants or representatives, to the pool area and let them see what a bad situation it is, that we need a new pool, we need a new pool area. And also, I do believe, Rebecca can comment on this, is Monterey Park using our pool right now because theirs is being redone?
The Monterey Park Manta swim team is utilizing our pool, not every day, but on a weekly basis.
Okay. All right, so of course, the main thing is we have to figure out how to get funding. We've tried grants twice and we came close, but second doesn't help us, second place. So we'll follow through on that. You have any comment about that?
No, you pretty much covered it all.
Had a chance to really do much with it. But that's our plan so far. That's a big project, by the way. So, there you go.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other commissioners? No? Okay. Right, I think we're able to move on to item C, monthly department report. Staff will present the monthly department report pertaining to departmental programming.
For a monthly department report in our youth programs area, our after-school program at Coolidge, McKinley, Roosevelt, Washington, and Wilson elementary schools are celebrating Women's History Month. Each site is offering weekly themed activities and crafts such as self-portraits based on Frida Kahlo and activities based on Amelia Earhart. The All-City Pentathlon is scheduled for Saturday, March 25th at Jefferson Middle School. Practices for the pentathlon are underway at the elementary school program sites. The registration deadline is March 10th. So in order to participate, participants must register by March 10th. In older adults, movie days are being offered. On Monday, March 13th at 12:30, the Adult Center will feature Lady and the Tramp. For the special senior luncheon on Wednesday, March 15th, the Adult Center will host the St. Patrick's Day themed luncheon. Registration is available on site prior to the event date or by calling the Community Services Office. Table tennis is also being offered, and due to an increase in attendance, table tennis is now being offered on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 11, and on Fridays from 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. at the community recreation tables, or at the community recreation center. There are now 2 tables for players to enjoy. In special events, the 78th annual spring celebration will take place on Saturday, April 8th, from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is in partnership with the Kiwanis Club of San Gabriel. The event will feature pancake breakfast, egg hunt, pancake races, coloring contest, fun zone, and photos with Mr. Bunny. And that concludes our monthly department report.
Christina, I have a question. On the spreadsheet, it says the 18th is the event at Jefferson. And on your report, it says the 25th.
I believe that the event had been rescheduled to the 25th due to use at Jefferson Middle School. So I'm not sure that the actual event date was updated on the event calendar. However, the 25th is a correct date.
And that's fine, because we were talking about having a booth, and I wanted to make sure we had the right date.
Thank you. I have a question about the All-City Pentathlon. What time is it from? The timing?
I will have to get back to you on an exact start time. It definitely starts in the morning time. Amy is overseeing that, and I can definitely get back to the commission about when the event will take place. Like I said, typically it's in the morning hour.
Okay. It relates to something I'll share with you later at the meeting. Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? No? Okay. Do we have any public comment? Oh,
I guess I do have a question, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
I know that we helped out at the Easter egg hunt. Matthew usually contacts us to see what we want to do. Is that what
Correct.
you're gonna do?
Yeah, correct. So Amy Cortez, our recreation supervisor, is overseeing the spring egg hunt. And the question was about the egg hunt?
Well, and all that whole day.
Yes, and she will actually be contacting you. I know for a fact that she needs judges for the pancake
We've done that before.
contest. So if you are interested, please let me know. And she will also be reaching out to see if any commissioners are interested in volunteering for that morning. And with the current discussion of the booth, the commission booth, we can definitely implement that at our next event, if that's something that the commission is interested in.
Yes.
Okay, great.
No,
So
I am.
we will have a booth for the commission, and we will be reaching out to the commission for volunteer opportunities, including judging the pancake races.
Wonderful, thank you. Oh, so no public comment, right? On this item? Okay, the time for public comment on this item is now closed. Okay, moving on to commission reports. Each commissioner may address the Community Service Commission and public on matters of general information and/or concern. This is also the time for commissioners to report on conferences and/or meetings they have attended. First one up is Commissioner Cabot.
The only thing I would report on is, I think it was last week, I don't remember, the Kiwanis youth, I'm not sure, what are they called? The Key Club, I'm sorry. The Key Club and their sponsors had a meet and greet, and they had it at El Pavo Bakery. And Karina was kind enough to open up the bakery for us to have our meeting there, and it was really neat, into the back where nobody ever gets to go. So that was kind of neat. But it was an opportunity for us to learn about what the Key Club does and what they're trying to do to get more parents and students involved. So it was really nice. And that was also the opportunity when I talked to Mayor Ding and Councilman Wu, and I'll follow up with them as well. But it was really, really a nice event. And I'm getting hit on all sides with this Easter egg hunt because I'm on Kiwanis and I'm here. So I did the pancake earlier, and that was fun. So I'll help out in some capacity. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cordero.
No, I don't have anything.
Vice Chair Shea.
On February 10th, I went to the Rosemead Chamber of Commerce Lunar New Year celebration. I had fun watching the line dance over there. And on February 22, me and my husband, George Herrera, we hosted our second community cleanup to clean up the south area of St. Gabriel. We started at Marshall Park, and there were about 15 community members joined us, and we cleaned the park area and then walked all the way down south toward the freeway, and then going on the crosswalk, the bridge over the freeway. Yeah, and it has a lot of graffitis and broken glasses that we were not able to clean up with our little picker. So we might need help from our department to clean up the shattered glasses over there on the bridge. But overall, it was a really nice event, and then we saw those younger kids. They were really working hard to clean up our streets, and really looking forward to our next event to help clean up our community. So just want to kudos to the team, and then thanks Matthew for helping us out on giving the items that we need to clean up, and thank you all for the support.
Wonderful.
Can I make a comment on what she's doing? I think it's wonderful you're doing that, but to follow up, the Key Club students are always looking for community service projects. So you might want to contact Joe. There's two people that are the supervisors. I'll find out who they are. And then you can contact them, and they will get community service. I don't think they get an award. They just get hours for it, yeah. So that would be definitely something they would be willing to do, I think.
I happened to catch the video that you guys put together on, I don't remember what platform it was, but I saw it, it was wonderful. It's great to see young people really taking ownership of the city, guided by you and your husband, so thank you for doing that. And maybe you'll invite us to the next one. Give us the dates, so we'll be part of it.
Yeah, I should.
Okay. Thank you.
forgetting, yeah.
Thank you. I would like to share with you that on March 25th, starting at 9:30 a.m., Mission San Gabriel, together with the Archdiocese of Los Angeles, is having a Eucharistic procession. The Catholic Church across the nation has put together a program. It's a Eucharistic revival program. It's really to bring people back to church now that the pandemic is over and really connect with the community. So we will start at 8:30 a.m. with Mass inside the Chapel of the Annunciation. The mission will be ready. And then we will have the Eucharist in a monstrance, and we will process on Broadway to St. Luke. So we will have rolling street closures. The City of San Gabriel Police Department has been wonderful. They have offered to take us all the way to St. Luke and back, escorts. We had initially thought of shutting down Broadway, but that would be a bit much. The rolling street closures make more sense. This past Saturday, a small group and I put door hangers on all the properties from here to San Gabriel, and then St. Luke Catholic Church in Temple City worked from their side of town towards San Gabriel Boulevard. I think we put as many as we could, and on businesses, which is why I asked what time the pentathlon is. So if we leave at 9:30, it's probably going to take us about 30 to 45 minutes to get there. And then we will have a prayer service at St. Luke, turn around and come back down Broadway. I don't know, we probably will head back between 11:30 and 12. The size of the group is in question. They expect, and they normally have about 2,000 attendees. That could change if the weather is bad. People might not join, or we don't know. We really don't know how many people will be attracted to this Eucharistic procession. But they will say that they've had between 1,000 and 2,000 people at these different processions in different regions of the Archdiocese. If you have any questions about that, feel free to contact me. We have the Archdiocese of Los Angeles has a group of retired police officers that act as escorts for funeral services. So they will be contracted together with the police department, San Gabriel Police Department, to make sure that we stay in one lane, because the lane will be full. And we're going to also have medical personnel as part of the procession, and then a van that picks up people that can't make it all the way and have them drive them there or back. So it's a procession that we've done before and are familiar with, but we just want to make sure that the city of San Gabriel knows that it might be shut down for a little while. So
I have a quick question. I don't know where St. Luke's is.
It's Temple City on Broadway and Cloverly. I think it's Cloverly. I think that's the
Oh,
elementary
okay, I know
school.
where it is, yeah.
It's right across from the elementary school.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's 3.2 miles.
Yeah, so it's not overly long then.
No, it's not. Yeah, we walked from the Mission to San Gabriel Boulevard in like 15, 20 minutes. But there were only a few of us, not 1,000 to 2,000 people.
Slow it down a little bit with that many, but it's good to know the distance so that people aren't
Yes.
frightened by it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I think that's all I have as far as commission reports. Oh, one more thing. Mission San Gabriel, together with When LA, which is an organizing nonprofit, will host on March 15th at 6:30 p.m. in our parish center. We're going to host a mental health house meeting. House meeting is when we invite people from the parish and the community to come together and really actively engage on the issue of mental health as maybe family members that suffer from mental health illness themselves, but community leaders will be there as well as people from Department of Mental Health. And then the Archdiocese of Los Angeles now has an office called the Office of the Care of the Whole Person, so they will be there as well. And it really is just a dialogue, open dialogue about what the needs are, what challenges families are facing, individuals are facing. Anyone is welcome to attend. It's at 6:30 p.m. in our parish center. And that's it for me. We will move on to staff comments and dates to remember.
For dates to remember for March, on Tuesday, March 7th and Tuesday, March 21st is our city council meeting at 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, March 28th is the HERE Commission meeting at 6:30 p.m. as well. And that is all I have for dates to remember.
Okay, thank you. General staff comments? Rebecca?
I was able to look up a flyer for the pentathlon, and it's at 9 a.m.
Okay,
on March 25th.
okay. I don't know if you'd like to let attendees know that they should try and not use Broadway. Well, actually, no, they can. The mass is from 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
So really, we'll probably start closing down the streets in that area, 9:45, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe when they're leaving, they'll want to avoid Broadway, though.
Yes, and try Las Tunas.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other general staff comments? No? Okay. The next regular Community Service Commission meeting will be held on Monday, April 3rd, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. Information regarding matters to be considered at each meeting will be available on the Friday before the Community Services Commission meeting on the city's website at www.sangabrielcity.com. This regular meeting is now adjourned at 7:14 p.m. Thank you.